here. Discord. Let's see if it'll let me create an invite. It's gonna let me. Here, here. There's caution lap. I see you. Are you? I don't hear you. Hello, hello. I don't know what's going on. Try it without the headset. See. I wonder if I'm not hearing. I might not be hearing nothing on my end. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? That's weird. Hang on. I was able to send Paul a link. Let me see if I can hear it on my phone. You say something, Glenn. I was able to send. I can hear myself on live, but I'm not hearing you for some reason. But I'm not hearing it through my speakers in here. I think it updated some crap. Hang on a second. Let's see. App settings. Voice and video. Input volume. Output device. Yeah, that ain't right. Test 1, 2. Let's see. Escape. Paul, did you get a link in Messenger? If you don't have Discord, you'll have to download Discord. Let's see if we get Glenn back this time. Hey, hey, hey. I think I heard some static.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you this time.
I went in and changed one of the auto voice settings in the Discord app settings,
Right.
but I had to drop off first, so that might have fixed. That looks like somebody turned off the auto voice setting.
Uh, ain't no telling. I changed something on this end too to be able to get audio through my speakers, but I don't know if,
All right. So I'm assuming we're live. Everybody's not looking at these two guns.
we are live being dummies and halfway not getting this junk to work and whatever, but I don't know why it's so glitchy today. Had a bunch of updates.
I was not prepared at all. my preparedness is wore out.
I heard that.
Our math is broken. So somebody explain this to me. We're on our way to Bowling Green, Kentucky. In the toter. I'll head over here driving. Get along. We're going through Macon. And sign this one by said 75 south.
I hear you.
So I'm making freaking math up. That'd be great. Middle Georgia's open for a little test session this evening. And instead of us going to Bowling Green, we're going the wrong direction to go to Middle Georgia to see if we can figure out how to make blackjack. I'm not even say go fast. I'm gonna say to go. Is that fair or not? Just to go.
There's Mr. Paul
The
Baxter.
fast part we're not sure. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm trying to get this thing figured out.
It can be a little challenging at times, but you're here. Oh,
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out this whole camera thing here.
yeah. If you turn it the other way, you'll be full screen instead of just a silhouette up and down. But there you go. Look at there. Whole bunch of them with his Baxter Automotive shirt on.
Well, I'm glad. So there we go. But how are y'all doing?
Oh man, poor Glenn and them trying to go to Bowling Green by way of try to make some test laps this evening in blackjack. So they are.
Yeah, this road works pretty awesome. Oh, where the motor, the road, they're making beat the shit out of it. It might as well be just all that strip. Shit's crazy.
They were doing construction when I went to school over there like 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah, they've been doing construction on this in Macon for the past 20 years. We used to bud race in Dublin, and 16 from Macon to Savannah in Macon has been under construction for at least 20 years.
That's crazy. Crazy, crazy.
Sound like typical Atlanta stuff.
This ain't in Atlanta. This is down Macon. This is down 100 something miles south of Atlanta.
Oh, I know.
We got a politics shit going on.
I know that's right.
Somebody making a paycheck, not finishing the projects out here.
That's what it sounds like. They're milking it for all it's worth, evidently.
I think they get that deposit money and start work on it so that they're locked in and they can't go and get it somewhere else.
Man, it's crazy. Like I said, I know for a fact they were doing construction there 15 years ago for sure, because that's when I was over there going to Geico school.
Yeah. It ain't nothing changed. I mean, literally, they moved the lanes over a couple times. They ain't done for him. No damn road improvement that's happened. I'm wrong.
Oh wow.
So you trying to test them Macon tonight?
Yeah, we're on the way to that Macon to test night blackjack. Running that $100,000 race up in Bowling Green, Kentucky for speed promotion race 128 the fastest damn qualifier cars in the world, so they say. So we don't want to go out there and embarrass ourselves. We've tried to test for the last 3 days. How many days for us? Friday night, Saturday night. Sunday night. This is the 4th night in a row, and we've made 3 hits. So Friday, we drove all the way to Middle Georgia to make a hit, and it was beautiful. But the track, silver dollar, they half, and same thing. Sunday, silver dollar, and did we make a hit Sunday? I think I made a hit. First hit, that's right. We didn't make our first hit until Sunday. So Friday and Saturday we didn't do shit. So then Sunday we finally made a hit. And yesterday we went to Middle Georgia, made 2 hits, and the freaking bottom fell out. I needed a canoe. It was horrible. I mean, it was bad. So now we're heading down here, and we hope it's cloudy skies, and it's raining just south of Middle Georgia. We hope we don't need another damn canoe in a paddle.
Oh man, I hope not. That's tough.
That's all it's been doing is raining around here.
4 days in a row of contest, and we got 3 passes in 4 days of test.
I don't remember the last day around here that it hasn't rained at least for a minute. I mean, it's been like, it seems like it's rained every day for like the last 2 weeks.
Hey, they're safe.
Yeah,
I hope things went well in your endeavors today. At least give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Hopefully it's good stuff.
Well, I had an interview yesterday. Everything went well. I may have to jump off here. Waiting on a phone call. I don't know if it's going to happen this evening or not, so I figured I'd jump on here with you guys. But things look good so far.
Hell yeah.
We'll see.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. That's good news. Good news.
Me too. And the block and the crank are ready. So
yay!
Woo-hoo. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So what do me and Kevin?
And Kevin, you tell them about your deal. I'll be right back. I got to drop for a second.
All right. Yeah, the only thing good I got to report is I got a new sexy carbon fiber pan to go under the old truck. It's hard to see with this where this camera is, but my Andrew Richards Performance containment carbon fiber belly pan came in today. So at least I
Nice.
won't have to fool with that aggravating diaper whenever I do get a motor back in that junk. The diaper stunk. That thing was awful, and you had to pull the engine to get it off, and it just not good.
I'm still trying to figure out a good way to get a diaper on Tinker with that straight axle up there. It's a pain in the butt, or excuse me, not a diaper, get a pan on it.
I heard that.
But hey, Paul, what's going on, man?
Not much. What about you?
Oh, living the dream, buddy.
I hear you. I'm sort of like Kevin right now. My junk's in machine shop purgatory.
Well, he's just saying his is just found out his is ready, so he's been in the same boat.
Yeah, I've been in machine shop jail for, I don't know, Kevin, I can't remember when I pulled the thing out and found the issues. What, February?
It's been a minute, but not near as
Yeah.
long as mine was in the first machine shop jail. Mine was in the first machine shop jail for almost an entire year. It was coming up on birthday time, and I had to get on old
Mine
boy's
too.
butt and say, "Hey, this is getting redonkulous. That thing's fixing to have a birthday at your place, and I'm not real happy about that." So he finally got it out, but whether or not he got it right, it's a whole nother ball game. We're not sure yet. So,
Yeah.
ugh.
So I missed Kevin. I missed the introduction. Paul, what if you don't mind? If you don't mind saying it? What's your last name?
Baxter.
Okay, I didn't know which. I know a couple of Pauls that I follow on Facebook with trucks, and I didn't know which one.
Well, this Paul
Yeah.
truck's been down for quite some time until here recently, and
13 years.
yeah, so yeah, it's been down a skinny minute. But he has a sexy blue step side. Is it a 69 or 70?
69.
69. I can't tell them two apart. I can tell the rest of them. I can look at it and tell you in a 67 and 72, but I do not know the difference between a 69 and a 70 because I think it's
But
extremely
the only
subtle.
difference is they had a different plastic insert in the grill, and they all got replaced with 69 models when they got wrecked.
I heard
So
that.
you really can't tell them apart.
I heard that. I can tell a 67 from a 68 and a 71 from a 72, but I can't tell a 69 from a 70. But
It don't matter. They all look good.
that's right.
That's right.
That's
That's
right.
right. They look a whole lot better when they're still running.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Well, we're all three of us on here are in the jack stand boat right now, so it's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, mine's on wheel dollies in the shop right now, so I got to move it around so I can get some work done.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, mine's just eating up a bay. I just let it sit there. I ain't even worried about it.
Yeah,
My
Paul
shop's
Paul
not
has
big enough to do that. and
yeah.
Still make a living.
well, Paul has to make a living out of his shop every day. That's he works on everybody else's hot rods and street cars and whatever else, and so he's got to be able to get in there and get stuff done.
Well, I've got a shop
I
full right now. It's crazy.
You,
tell you what's hilarious is I try to get my girls involved in maintenance and stuff whenever I can, and my daily's a 2008 DTS, a Cadillac DTS.
Yeah,
Living that North Star life, you know what I mean? And
I worked on a lot of those.
yeah, and I needed to put rotors on it, and Pepper, my 12-year-old, I told her, I was like, hey, let's go out here and we're going to put rotors on the Cadillac, and it's sitting in the driveway, and it was. I heard y'all talking about the weather. The weather's been the same anywhere on the East Coast, about 95 degrees and 500% humidity here lately. And man, we're out there. I'm sweating. My glasses are covered. And she's complaining about how hot it is. And, she's like, the air conditioning is running in the shop. Why are we in the driveway? And I was like, well, have you seen what the shop looks like? And she goes, yeah. Speaking of that, are we going racing anytime soon? I was like, well, we're working on it, honey. So we out in the driveway sweating our butt off, putting rotors on the daily while the shop is 70 degrees with the air conditioner running.
I hear ya.
I ain't got no air conditioning in the shop.
You need to go on and do
So
that,
I-
Paul. You need to put you a mini split or two in there. You'll be good to go.
Oh man, I'm telling you, it would be nice, but I'm not sure I want to pay the bill on that.
It's
It is worth it. I have found a way to make it work. It is life changing. I will.
Is it?
Oh my gosh, dude! It got to the point where, yeah, I would quit taking side jobs where I had to weld. You know, I'm in here welding up headers and stuff, and it's 105 degrees in here, and you can't even. You're leaning over the table, looking down. Your whole lens is filling up with sweat, and I was like, man, I ain't doing this no more. And
Stop doing
bit the
this
bullet,
podcast.
and I'll tell you what, man, I don't regret it one bit.
Yeah.
These guys talk about air conditioned shop like you got. Big money guy. You know, the air conditioning you got in there? Hell, take your guy for it. All the people on that money.
I don't got one.
I shop a damn pole barn. I can't afford to put air conditioning. I'm about to get away from these rich guys.
The only one going testing right now, and he's talking about he can't afford to put air conditioning in his shop.
He is. I'm just along for the ride. He just said, hey, Rich, go get the truck.
Hey,
I went, yes, boss.
yo shit's running too. I don't want to hear no bullshit.
Who's is running?
I want to know where mine is.
Glenn's truck's running too. He's
okay.
talking shit.
I thought
So
you were talking to me.
no.
Air conditioning job. That's like
Well,
that.
no,
That's
well,
like a damn liberal Democrat, you put.
well, here's the thing though. When you got a lot of different friends and you're talented and you can barter, you know, if I had to buy it all outright, but so let me back up when I say it was worth it. I got a 4-ton out of a Little Caesars pullout, and bartered that off.
Oh, a Little Caesars restaurant. You got a 4-ton unit.
Yeah, and bartered the work on that. And then I had a buddy that was an HVAC guy that showed me the ropes on the install and bartered that off. And then I wired, you know, all the primary and all the controls myself. So it took
basically,
about,
you 12-pack of beer yourself and all your friends to get the record.
well, it was, you know, I had to insulate too, so, you know, it just didn't run its butt off. And it took about,
Help you do this, I give you a 12-pack. Your buddies help you do anything. Nowadays, you got to do a whole lot more than damn coke.
That's right.
well, it was more than a 12-pack. I can't count the cases and bottles that we went through, you know, over about 4 weekends of chipping through. I think I smoked about 60 pounds of barbecue during that whole time to feed them.
That'll work.
It'd have been cheaper just to buy the split and pay somebody to put it in. Wouldn't it?
Cut me a hole in the side of the wall, put a mini split in, put that up.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, a buddy of mine's got 2 mini splits and a 40x60, and it does quite well. And I mean, he's got very little shade. And,
Anything better than dust. I can promise you that. Anything better than dust.
yeah, no doubt.
Well, my whole house it's about 160 years old. You know, I mean, they didn't
Wow.
even plan for running water, no closets, nothing back then. So I did a retro on that, and I've got mini splits in my whole house
I heard that.
now.
I've heard that they're
Oh.
like way more efficient than a lot of the other stuff, especially like window units and so forth and so on. They
Well, that's what I had the wood stove. I mean, I heated the house with the wood stove for 20 years,
woo.
and in window units in the summer, and got away from that 2 years ago when we did the splits.
When you went from the window units to the splits, did it greatly reduce your power bill?
It's not as good as I thought, but in all fairness, you know, we ran the house at like 73 with the splits, and now we run it at 70.
Oh,
So it's not really an apples to apples comparison, but they are much more efficient. So I got ones. I can't remember what the SEER is, but they're inverter type deals where the outside compressor only runs as fast as it needs to, and each room is controlled individually. No, they are well worth it. One thing that I will say, if you go to put them in your house, make sure you've got a contractor that knows how to size correctly and not oversized for the summer. Otherwise, you end up cold and wet.
I heard that.
I worked in one air conditioned shop at a Cadillac dealership. And I have to be honest, that was the most miserable I've ever been. I either needed to be comfortable or I needed to be sweating, but I didn't need to be where I was at in there because it was in the summertime, it'd only get down to about 80. And they kept saying, but the humidity's so much lower. And I said, I don't care. I feel sick. Turn it off. Open the doors. My life was threatened by a bunch of other people, but
Yeah,
they liked it
And
better.
that's
You just
what-
wasn't a fan, huh?
yeah. I just soon sweat than be sick all the time.
I
yeah.
heard that.
But that's that brings something funny up about. Yeah, but it's it was hot in Fallujah, but it was dry heat.
Yeah. I had a friend in Vegas tell me that one time. I said, so that means you can get some relief in the shade. Otherwise, it's still 114. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's
Hey,
what I told
but-
folks. I was like, do you cook a turkey with humidity?
That's right.
No, you don't make cookies with humidity. It's just hot is hot.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you though, it's a different.
Glenn got back.
Yeah, he's back again.
I'm sorry, my daughter's having a mental issue.
Uh-oh.
She's trying to figure out how to put oil in the car. That does
What?
help rescue the dog.
One of your daughters forgot how to put oil in a car? I don't believe that.
No, she's got a question on it. I had to look her up. Then she went to go get oil at O'Reilly. So I go, damn, go to Eagles. They got oil at Eagles. I said, well, hell, find your mom's going to Walmart.
Well, Walmart is a whole lot freaking cheaper.
Yeah, well, not cheaper than O'Reilly's on the coast.
I don't know. Usually oil's cheaper at Walmart.
But I just told her, the hell, if you just need oil, just go to them Eagles. So like I said, it's always an emergency.
Oh yeah, it's always something.
But anyway, so I didn't hear, Kevin, did you tell your motor somewhere you good? Or
Well, no, I mean I didn't really say a whole lot about it. I finally talked to
you're
the.
going to have yours running. Tinker's going to have this running in a couple days. I heard.
I Tinker said at least his block and crank's ready, which is more than I can say for any of my junk because I don't know what's ready and what ain't. I talked to Jason today, and he's not happy with the hone on my block, and he's gonna send it out and have it touched up and see if it'll be okay. If not,
Did you say why he didn't think the block was forward now? Correctly?
he said that he saw shadows in the hone, and
Shadows in the hole. I don't know what that means.
yeah, I'm not 100% sure what that means either, but he didn't like it, and
Okay.
so he's gonna send it, try to get it lightly honed, hopefully, so we don't have to do something crazy. Cause I don't know how much crazy I can stomach or afford, but I guess we'll just have to
So, I
see.
mean, I don't remember when I picked it up if it had a cross battery or anything in it. I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah,
So I wonder if he's thinking it doesn't have that and it needs it for nice situation screen, whatever. I'm curious what he's thinking about that.
I'm not 100% sure, but he's supposed to get back with me, first to middle of next week and let me know, how it comes out after a touch up and he gets a chance to look at it a little deeper and so forth and so on. But
Keep the fingers crossed because October and Duck's ready to be here before you know it. You gotta get your shit together.
I would love to have that raggedy shit there if I can, make it all happen, but who knows?
It'll be here before you know it. So,
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt.
try to
I
get
am
that done.
I'm definitely tired of being a spectator. I'm not a very good spectator.
You can't be the fastest guy at the damn track. They spin every damn time you go.
I hear you.
At some point, you got to get off shit or get off the spot.
Hey, I'm past wanting to. I can promise you.
Well, Kevin, that brings up a good point. So I was just sitting there thinking, listening to your story about, shadows in the hone and stuff like that. You do realize you had a Ford guy drop your stuff off, and we know they lie like a hoot dog and their feet stink. So I'm just trying to figure out, if it's actually your block that got dropped off.
That ain't no telling with them Ford guys.
He
But-
said pick up cinder block. I picked the cinder block up. Oh, did you
No wonder he
say
saw shadows in the cylinders.
Did you say cinder block or Chevy block?
That's right.
I'm not sure. Is there a difference in the two? Cinder block, Chevy block? Hey, maybe I picked up the wrong thing.
Them Ford guys is something else, so I don't know.
No wonder it ate up his hone when he ran it through it. He was trying to hone out a square.
Maybe that's fine. It's a square cinder block hole. Maybe that's the problem, Kevin.
That might be what it is.
See if there's a Chevy block out there, not a cinder block. Man, you gotta be more specific here. The damn Chevrolet shit, I can't keep up.
I hear you.
I wonder how many stones that poor man went through.
I went through a couple of trying to put a round peg in the square hole.
Mm.
But Kevin, I got 4 cinder blocks. Hell, Mom said he got probably 100 of them out there he's had, right?
I hear you.
You need some cinder blocks.
That ain't gonna help me very much. That junk weighs enough as it is. I just need something to make it go budding again.
A damn Chevrolet block. I mean, what's the difference in a damn cinder block, Chevrolet block?
Here he is. He got 2 guys with Chevrolets.
Chevrolet
Both
block,
broken.
Uh,
We know
three-
this suspect was
three
people.
three Chevrolets broken and then we got 2 Ford guys over here in the toter home. So
Hey, my shit's running. Like Tom said, the only thing difference in the cinder block and the Chevy block is one Chevy block heavy.
I hear you. I believe that.
Hey, they all make great boat anchors.
Yeah, no
They all
doubt.
make really good anchors. That's fair.
Oh yeah. That I hope that's not what mine turns out to be.
Mine
I
too.
can tell you what, and you can always sleep.
I hear you. I hear you.
Worst case scenario, you can make it stronger by putting a sleep in. Oh
Mhm.
wait, a liner.
I hear you.
That's a little inside joke. I thought it ain't a sleeve, it's a line. It's a line.
Alrighty then.
We get on the exit for Middle Georgia, and there's no precipitation at this moment. But holy shit, it's lightning like a zombie. It's all around.
Oh Lord.
Look at that lightning. Holy shit.
Got you surrounded.
Oh man, there's lightning.
Send
all
in
around.
reinforcements.
Yeah. We may be getting a jet ski out. I
Well-
mean, the race car.
We'll all cross our fingers and hope that y'all get enough dry stuff to make a lap or two.
Oh, holy shit. Dude, that was insane. The lightning just, like lit up the sky for like 6 seconds. That's great.
Ooh,
So
ugly.
literally, we're going to go down here and test, put it back in the trailer, and then we're headed to Bowling Green. Not even going to go home. We're going to Bowling Green from here.
Wow.
Wish us luck. We're going to need
They are dedicated and going to race the big dog, so that hopefully Blackjack's gonna haul butt and they can go kick tail and win a bunch of money.
we're going to do our dances, I promise. It ain't going to be like a damn trying. Like I said, in 4 days, we may pre-test it. We don't know what the hell we got because we ain't got enough damn time to put down that track. But
I heard that.
we'll do what we can. And we found out that Friday is first round elimination.
Oh,
No test match,
Oh.
no first day kind of deal. You're gonna show up, unload it, send it, and whoever can survive the first round gets to race on Saturday.
oh wow. Mm.
What kind of combination Blackjack got in it?
Blackjack's small block Ford with a Vortex supercharger and a 67
Okay.
Fuel
Okay.
tech. It's a
fuel tank
Yeah.
setup, brand injector, Renegade fuel on M1.
mostly no prep. They mostly run no prep with it.
Glenn will tell you it's probably a 6-second car, right, Glenn?
Does that thing go 6 seconds? You made a $5.99. Yeah, $5.99.
Oh, it's been in the 5s. Okay, sorry, it's gotten quicker. My apologies.
$5.99. That's all of that for a street car.
Uh-huh. You know how them Ford folks are.
It's on M1. Only M1. It's got to be a street car.
Paul, you remember what I said about those Ford guys about hoot dogs and stinking feet, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just
They,
keep that in mind.
they'd rather climb a tree to tell a lie than stand on the ground and tell the truth. Is that what she's saying?
That's it.
It's what it is.
So Paul, Paul, do you know what?
I had 2 customers in the shop today, Ford guys.
Uh-oh.
I had to listen to this at work today.
And that 16 on 14 concrete.
He's breaking up something fierce.
It don't matter to him.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep talking.
Tell him turn his repeater off.
There it is.
We ain't, just because he's in a truck don't mean we are. We ain't got to listen to that, right?
Hey, Kevin's the one in control.
I'm gonna get off of here, Kevin. I'm gonna run, guys, because we fix to pull on the track. I'll let y'all talk more shit about the damn cinder block shit.
I hear you.
I'll give you an update when I got one.
Yeah.
We're trying to damn do something like that.
We're gonna cross our fingers and hope y'all get to make a lap or 3.
Let's do. Hey, don't forget to talk about Lee Miller. Lee Miller got his stuff. He's trying to get everything ready for that race as well. So don't forget to support him.
I was gonna bring it up. Y'all be safe, Glenn.
All right, take care, guys.
See ya.
So Paul, do you know what Brandon races?
I do not.
I didn't know if you had watched enough of these to see anything about Tinker. He has a 4-wheel drive square body Chevrolet with a turbo LS setup, and he has a world record in the sand with DOT tires. Is that right?
Yeah.
DOT tires in the sand. So he races it at the track on the drag strip and races it in the sand with a different set of tires. So
Man.
it's a cool deal. He does drag and drive with it and all kinds of cool stuff. Takes the girls to school every once in a while in it or whatever else. I mean, it's a cool ride.
I did that. I did that in Old Blue whenever the kids were little.
That's cool.
So, but the kids are
All grown, man.
putting the kids through college and getting them married off is what made her sit for 13 years.
I understand.
Yeah.
That and starting a new business and all that fun stuff and
Yep.
relocating
all
and
that.
all that fun stuff. But
Yeah, we finally got her back together and blew her up, so we'll try again.
yeah, I don't expect that to happen again. I think
No, sir.
I was quite shocked it happened the first time, but I definitely don't think it'll happen again.
No, it's definitely not in the plans. I'll tell you that.
I know
If it
that.
happens again, it'll sit until it comes out with turbo on it.
I heard that.
There you go. There you go.
He recently switched to Fuel Tech and still carbureted like me, but had a brand new 598 in that thing and wound up hurting it a little bit, and so it went back to machine shop jail, and hopefully it won't be near as long as the last time. So
It was a year at one place and almost a year at a second place the first go around.
oof.
Gotta run.
You gotta run? All right,
Gotta
brother.
run.
He's interviewed for a new job yesterday, and he said he might get a phone call. So he must have got a call or something come up. But he hadn't dropped off the Discord, so he may be back. But so have you heard anything at all on yours yet?
I got the heads are back. I don't have them in my possession, but the heads are back. Had to be the one had to be welded up, and it had to have 2 valves put in it. They wanted both of them so they could check all the valve springs. Of course, all that stuff was new, so nothing was needed there. But welding the head up and machining it and 2 valves, and I was $1,400. So
Right.
but the block, being I have 4 spare pistons. At first, he was talking about just boring the block and putting a whole set of pistons in it, and I was like, whoa, because I got one cylinder got a little nick in it from where some of the aluminum from the head got down there.
Right.
And I said, I believe I'd rather just sleeve that cylinder and use one of my spare 4 pistons I've got than be buying a whole nother set of pistons.
Oh yeah, and starting from scratch. Yeah, that.
Well, especially that Gibtech stuff. It's nice,
Ooh.
but it's expensive.
I can imagine. Goodness. But so they're supposed to be working on that part now, just trying to get a sleeve put in it and
I guess it's there's actually my next race was supposed to be this weekend, so obviously we're not making it. We'll still go to the track and support my buddy Jeff in the 530 class.
Right.
And but I think I'm probably gonna switch up to that Little Gangsters next year.
I heard that. Well, I mean, it's basically the same deal. So, you know, just
on small tires.
Just on small tires and no most of the places, like I said, you don't get a time slip. You got to rely on a draggy or whatever, which if you don't have one of them, you need one. It's cheap and it's pretty cool and pretty accurate. So,
yeah.
But if you go ahead and get one and kind of compare it to your time slips while you're running 530, and you'll be ahead of the game. And I know you'll be good at it for sure.
I can promise you this: there won't be any of this patting the gas and playing with each other at half track with me.
I understand.
If they do that, they're going home.
I understand.
So, because I've watched a lot of that in that Little Gangsters class, at least up at Brainerd.
Right.
So we'll see how that plays out, but they're gonna need to tighten their game up, not be patting the gas and looking at each other at half track.
That's right. The you know, that's the thing. You don't you know, it's kind of a new deal, and you know, a lot of people are trying to get into it because it's paying a lot of money at a lot of different tracks and things of that nature. So it's I think it's an awesome little class, and I think it'll be, you know, a lot of fun and all that, which, you know, I already run little bitty tires anyway, so it wouldn't faze me a bit if I can just get my junk to run fast enough. But hopefully, if I ever get the motor back in that thing, that won't be a problem. So.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at it, and my employee asked me this week. He goes, you know, is there any like spec class drag racing? And I said, I got to be honest with you, not really. I said the best thing they can do is what Little Gangsters is doing.
Right.
It's no time. Like you're saying, most time you don't even get your half of the time slip. And put an index on it.
Right.
You know, I said because if you do a spec class, so he comes from a road racing and a drifting background.
Right.
So if you do a spec class, all you're going to do is you're going to have somebody that has endless amounts of money due to different ways of being that successful. They're going to come down and just pick on the small guys and innovate and take the class somewhere that it was probably never really meant to go to start with.
Right. It's you know, that's the problem with you know, a lot of the classes that, you know, like all the Radio Outlaw classes and stuff. I mean, you know, used to, you could run some of that stuff and, you know, small block, nitrous only, you know, kind of stuff, and, you know, but now every class they got is freaking in the threes. I mean, they have almost no classes that's not that you know, can't be in the threes or way down in the fours. I mean, it's nuts. I mean, even a little 235 tire class, I mean,
yeah,
they run high fours with that. So I mean, it's unreal. What's going on, Mr. Mason?
How y'all doing?
We doing all right. Good. We doing all right.
Good. Just got work.
I heard that. Brother Glenn's trying to get a pass or two in on old Blackjack. They're leaving for Kentucky when they leave the track. So, and they've been trying for 4 days to get some passes in, and so they're fighting, trying to get that new combination dialed in.
Right. Where are they at now?
They're at Middle Georgia.
Middle Georgia?
Yeah.
Leaving there, going straight to Kentucky. Yeah.
Straight to Kentucky. Yeah, because they found out that Friday it's no testing, no nothing. It's straight off the trailer. You got to run what you brought. So.
Oh, nice.
It's 128 badasses on small tires. So.
Yeah. Well, that's the way everything's going, fellas. Everything's going as fast as you can, and the man with the most money is going to win.
It sure helps, no doubt.
But as long as he's smart enough to hire the right people to be the fastest.
There you go.
Yeah. I was supposed to go to Bennett and pick up a couple bullets for my buddy there, for Friday, but something happened. The motor didn't pull enough vacuum, I guess, so they're going to take it back down and check it out. And I guess, all right. And then, hell, 30 minutes after I got off of that haul, I got a call to go back to Texas. So just got back from Texas. I left last Thursday to go to Texas. So
Wow.
leave out tomorrow and go to Texas, back to Texas. So
I heard that. Keeping that
trying to
road
get
hot.
money in, man, right now. Hell, I'm just drowning in shit right now, just trying to get everything straightened out and rearranged. And hell, I don't know. I'll be lucky to make it back to a racetrack this year with my truck.
I know the feeling, brother. I talked to the motor guy today, and he made me almost not even want to eat lunch or nothing else. It made me sick to my stomach when he told me kind of what he was thinking, and I was like sick. And so I don't know. It's jury's still out.
Talking about problems or money wise?
Problems. He's not happy with the way the hone looks in the block that I just had bored and honed and O-ringed and receiver groove head and all this kind of stuff, and he's not happy with the finish in the block, and got a brand new set of pistons, and he's talking about maybe wanting to bore it more and all this kind of crap. If it doesn't clean up, he's going to send it back out to his machine shop guy and let him lightly touch up the hone and see if they can get it to where it'll make him happy. But it's all going to come down to whether or not he can do that, and it's still not have too much clearance in it. So
Right.
I don't know.
Oh man, it's always something. That's like I told old boy. He texted me. He said, "Man, it sucks, man." I said, "I got problems." I said, "I got to hold you off and go and pick it up," which I understand. But I mean, I really needed the money.
Right.
The Texas run pays a lot better than what that was going to do, but I wasn't supposed to get another run to Texas until 2 weeks.
Right.
And it just so happened. I mean, that's kind of what I call the good Lord looking out for me as far as that goes. But that's what I told him. I said, "Man," I said, "I know the money that you spend on your program, you expect everything to be right, but and I get the frustration and the aggravation, but just know that there are people that would give a left nut to be where you are with your racing program.
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt.
Do it on that level." And I'm one of those people, man. If I could be
Exactly.
there and have the money to run up front and win, I would.
Hell, if I could have the money just to run on a regular basis, whether I was up front or not, I'd be happy as a puppy with two peckers. So
Yeah.
it just
The only race I've ever won was coming out of my old man stacker. And that was my first race I ever won, and it's a throwback in September to that. Every September's a throwback. That's the only race I've ever won.
I understand.
Man, other than that, dude, it just to me, I mean, I've got goals for myself, and I've got a strict budget, and
I understand.
if I can get the number I'm looking for with what I have in my engine, I'm gonna be tickled pink.
I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, these cats' transmissions and converters cost more than my whole motor.
I heard that.
So
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's
ain't
insane what some of that stuff costs.
these old 557 big block Ford with a little power glide, but I mean we running stock case shit, man. We got that aluminum heads, but I mean we ain't making but about 800 horsepower. That's it. And got a little squeeze on it. If that damn grid will pull that timing out, I won't blow my shit up again.
I understand.
I can't keep doing that. You know what I mean? But shit, I get it. It's all good. But I mean, like I say, man. I mean, right now I'm just nervous. A long tail cat in a room full of rocking chairs to get back in it because I can't afford to break it if I can't afford to fix it if it breaks again.
I totally get it, and I know the feeling. And when if it doesn't come together for mine to get back out soon, it'll just have to be later because it is what it is. That's one reason why I like race cars better than horses though, because you don't have to feed it unless you're playing with it. So you can park it and go back to it at a later date.
That's right. I've had mine for a lot of years.
Yeah.
So it's it has sat a whole lot more than it has been run.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You got a big block Ford?
No, I got a big block Chevrolet. I got a '69 Chevrolet stepside.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah, well, I heard you a minute ago said you had blown it up, or you had you called Old Blue or something. I said Old Blue must be a Ford. And then somebody said, and then you said it blew up. I said, oh no, it might be a Chevy if it blew up.
It might have been tuning error, is what it might have been.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. Well, we've had some of them too, but I mean, hell, you know, mechanical malfunctions are kind of catastrophic and they cost a lot of money. But
Yep.
that's
Yeah, they
the
do.
part- That's why they call it racing, not winning. You know.
That's it.
that's right. That's like hunting and not killing, and fishing and not catching.
That's
That's it.
exactly right.
That's
That's
it.
exactly right.
Um,
That's what I told a lady today. I said I'm talking to a lady today at the bank and trying to kind of restructure some of my stuff. And I said, yeah. I said I kind of put up my drag racing for this year. And she said, oh, you drag race? I said, well, I kind of started it, but I'm not any good at it, and I can't cut a light and save my life. And I have a lot of fun, and I like talking shit, but you know, and I like being at the racetrack. But
Right.
other than that, I'm just no good. And she said, well, that costs a lot of money. I think you should just quit that altogether. And I said, you sound like my wife. I said, listen, I quit cocaine and all my hard drugs. I quit doing hard drugs 42 years ago. So this is my only vice, okay?
That's right.
Wait a minute. She said, you're only 42. I said, you're right. I never started. I said, the racing, I started.
That's
But
it.
it's just the idea that it costs money and it's like an addiction. And
It can be.
I feel like it's not that bad. You know?
Oh yeah.
My wife
There's a lot of
might be
things
able
that
to-
are a lot of work. There's a lot of things that are worse, but it is just as expensive as a drug habit anyway.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, when somebody at the bank tells you need to quit that, you need to look at them and say, hey, I didn't come in here looking for negativity. I'll find me another bank.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I tell you, she's helping me out tremendously, so I'm blessed as far as that goes. If it all goes well, which I'll know that soon. But yeah, it's just been one thing after another, man. Between tractor repairs and having to buy stuff to keep the business rolling, it's just been one thing after another, man.
All
So
right. So are you
Oh,
taking
yeah.
something to Texas or going to Texas to get something?
no, I'm running out there to pick the trailer up, heading back out to Fort Hood.
I heard that.
Yep, heading back out there to bring one back home.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a long ride, man. I wound up before I was actually I dropped about 30 pounds, and before, with my sleep apnea and everything, I'd have to take a nap, about every 5 or 6 hours if I lasted that long. And dude, man, my dad rode out there the other night. I drove 14 hours straight,
Wow.
and I was like, man, I said, I'm honestly not tired. I had to literally pull over and kind of make myself go to sleep.
Wow.
But I was like, man, this is great.
You-
Driving a tractor trailer?
No, I got a 350 Ford.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, I've got a Freightliner motorhome, and I'm not sure I can do 14 hours in it in a day.
Oh man, if I had a Freightliner motorhome, then I'd probably pull that joker over in the parking lot, let her idle for the night. I could stretch out for sure. But
I ain't got to let it idle. I'll turn the generator on and turn the AC on. What are you talking
well,
about?
yeah, there you go.
That's
Well,
right.
that works too. That's what I do when I'm pulling my toy hauler.
Yep.
We just pull over and let the generator run. But now we just run out there and pick up trucks, and I let it sit there and idle overnight. Hell, when I leave here on Thursday, I won't shut it off till I get home on Saturday.
Whew.
Right.
It'll
Right.
run. It'll run all the time. I don't shut it off at all.
I heard that.
She just she's a workhorse, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got about 268,000 miles on her. But she does good. She does good. Whenever I change the brakes and it doesn't leave me in Shreveport, Louisiana, that rear end cost me a pretty good bit of money.
I bet.
It always does when you're out of town.
Oh man, I'm telling you, that was rough there.
Oh, my gosh.
I waited 16 hours for Peanut to come get me. bring my gooseneck, come get me. But come on. And what's that?
That's tough when you get stuck out of town. I'm glad when my motorhome took a crap on me. I was only about 20 minutes from the house, so
No doubt.
I had
No doubt.
had a fan come apart and go through the radiator and all this fun stuff on the motorhome. And
Oh yeah, I remember that.
yeah, because I was headed to Middle Georgia when it happened, but thank goodness
Yeah.
I wasn't that far from the house and still knew people I could get to come work on that junk without having to just bend over and take it like a man. So
Yep. And I'm gonna tell you
Prison
something too,
love.
man. That makes a huge difference too, because
oh yeah,
I'm trying to get rid of. I got rid of my big trailer, so I really don't even have a race trailer now. And I wanted to buy a bathroom package bumper pull, and get rid of my camper, and buy a Super C. I really love the Jayco Seneca or
That's
the
what we've
International.
got.
That's what y'all got.
Yeah.
I really like those, but man, if something happened, I wouldn't have. I mean, I couldn't afford a strong arm to get it off the road, and I don't know how to work on shit. You know, I mean, my consists of working on something is okay. It's broke. Call somebody. You know?
Right.
I'm gonna get it out of the traffic. That's it. Other than that, I don't know what to do. You
Yeah,
know?
that's what good insurance and roadside assistance is for.
Well, and you'd have to have that for sure.
Yeah.
To get you somewhere, you know, and I'm sure that's not cheap for a motorhome of that size. And I thought about it, and I'm like, well, you know, if I bought just a 44 foot with not living quarters, but a bathroom package in it, we could sleep in it. I could sleep up in the cab, and that wouldn't be loaded out with golf cart and race truck and all my stuff. I could still access the trailer if we had to stop for the night, you know, and
Right.
stripped out. But if I buy a bumper pull and we're going to sleep in the trailer, we got to unload the trailer before we can sleep in it.
yeah.
Right.
I'm just kind of
Yeah.
like catch-22, you know?
Danged
It
if you
is.
do and
It
danged
is.
if you don't.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I mean, I don't race enough to really spend 70 grand or 100 grand on a trailer. You
Right.
know,
Right.
I can't.
I mean, with us, with the Jayco, I mean, we travel outside of racing too. So,
Well, that's
I
us.
mean,
We do.
you know, we camp a lot, if you can call that camping. I don't tent camp, never have enjoyed it, but you know, we camp a lot, travel all over the Southeast. This next year, we're gonna try to go out west with it. You know, so
Well, that's us. Our kids are gone. My daughter's getting married in September, and we go a lot of places too. My dad and I, we're big dirt track racing fans. I grew up kind of watching that on the back of the trailer whenever I was a kid, and my dad and his buddies raced and all. And when I was born, he kind of gave that up. And well, after my sister was born, more or less, he gave it up because he was like, 2 kids, I can't afford to race anymore. So the cars he was building, Kevin, you'd be proud. I'd probably be a damn Chevrolet loving SOB if my old man hadn't quit racing, because he had 2 damn Camaros out in the back 40. He showed me pictures a long time ago. He said, yeah, Camaros back then, because that's all you could get for dirt cars back then was Camaros and Monte Carlos and stuff
I heard
like that. Well, I probably would have liked them pieces of shit if I'd have grew up on them, but I grew up on them damn Fords, man.
Well, I had a guy today tell me that the distributor was in the wrong end of my Chevrolet, and I told him, I said, the only reason they put it up front on the Ford is to make it easier to get to.
I heard that.
Mark DeWall said, get you a 48-foot gooseneck. He said, we loved ours. He said, but the family grew, so he had to move into a motorhome.
What is it now?
Mark DeWall said, you need to get a 48-foot gooseneck. He said that they loved theirs until the family grew, and then they had to move up to a motorhome.
Yeah. 48, man, that's I got a big carport for my camper now, and it's 44 foot that hangs out about 6 feet out the front. So I want to extend that out because I just like to keep my campers and stuff like that under carport. The 48 foot, that's a huge deal. I mean, I know it's only 4 more feet than what I had, but at the same time, that was a long son of a bitch.
Oh,
Yeah,
But-
you ought to
that Jayco's 40 feet. So
Woo.
Yeah, the 40, yeah, and then you got 34-footer trailer, so
absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, we over 70 going down the road. So,
My junk's over 70 going down the road with a
well, you
thir-
got a big old motorhome.
36-foot
I mean,
motorhome and a 32-foot tag. By the time you added tongue and all that in there, it's over 70 going down the
Yeah.
road.
your Jayco, what's it rated for on the hitch rating? Do you know?
12.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I looked at one of the what's it called? It was an iForce diesel, but it was an international chassis.
yeah.
With the iForce, and I kind of heard mixed reviews about the iForce. Now
Well,
this,
the international chassis is normally. I'm trying to remember the brand of the RV that's on it. They're more of a budget minded
yeah,
RV as far as quality of build.
that's
So
that Nexus Ghost is what this was.
that's Nexus. That's what it was. So I looked at those two, and because I am cheap, but I don't like doing things twice.
Me too, and they wanted 105 for this one, and it was a 2016 model, and I've got 22. It only had 22,000 miles.
A lot of times
Right.
they don't have no miles on them, but no miles is not necessarily a great thing.
Not exactly. You know, did it spend most of its life in the shop, or
Right.
did they
Or
just not go
sitting or
anywhere?
not used or
Which is
whatever.
bad
But,
on it too.
well, yeah,
Yeah, bad. Yeah,
Man.
I mean, I'd rather have Seneca with a Cummins, you know,
with
than-
100,000 on it, probably.
and put with 50 or 60,000 or 100,000 miles on it.
Right.
You know, I'll take
Right.
the older one because I paid 78 for my camper,
Right.
and that's, I mean, it's triple slide, residential fridge. It's got a 12-foot garage. I mean, generator on board, 100 gallons of fresh water. I mean, it is a Taj Mahal going down the road.
Right.
And it only weighs 17,000 pounds, so it really ain't shit. And it
Yeah.
pulls great. It pulls great. But, you know, I don't want to buy something. I don't want to spend I can't spend $200,000. The
Right.
new tag is out of the question.
Yeah.
But like 80,000, and I was going to try to offer them something on that one, but it's like, man, timing for this sucks because I'm not really trying to spend the money on that right now, and my payment for my camper is $100 more than my house payment for 2 acres and a house.
I get it. But
Like,
I mean,
You know, the irony of this shit, you know, just
Oh, yeah.
kills me.
It's crazy.
And there ain't none of this stuff built worth of shit, you know.
well,
Right.
I mean, even the Jayco. I mean, and ours is nice. We found a 2022 that had 11,900 miles on it. Up in Indianapolis. It was stored in a climate controlled building. They snowbirded down in Sarasota, Florida. They have a condo down there. So they would drive to Dalton, Georgia, sleep a night in a Walmart parking lot, and then drive down to Sarasota, empty it, clean it, put it in a climate controlled building down there for 3 months,
Dang.
and then drive it home after 3 months and wash it up, put it back in their climate controlled building. Did that 2 years, and then the only other trip it made was to the Michigan Peninsula. So it had only been slept in about 10 nights.
Wow.
Yeah, that is
And,
good.
Yeah, and I had it inspected. The technician that did the inspection, he called me personally. He said, if you don't buy this thing at this price, he said, you've lost your mind. He said, you won't find a better one sitting on a showroom floor with 2,500 miles on it, driven from the place it was built. And the guy that had it before us, he paid $12,000 to have it ceramic coated.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. Mm.
Yeah.
Damn, crazy. Yeah.
So, I mean, I got it for $165.
Yeah.
So I put a chunk down and sold my camper. I had a fifth wheel. And so, you know, the payments, gosh, if I'm not mistaken, it's about $1,200 a month.
I was gonna say
So-
you're all over 13,000 or 1,300 a month all day long.
Yeah.
That's probably stretched out on a pretty lengthy term too.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that's what's killing me with mine is the dealer had something I wanted, and there was problems with mine, even though mine was paid for. What they said they'd give me and what they actually gave me, two different things. And I get that. My camper had, hell, I took my flatbed and put it through the right side of the damn thing and the left side of the damn thing, and knocked the fiberglass cap on the front on both sides, knocked, holes in both sides of it from turning too sharp.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah, so I had Flex Seal tape over that, and then they had a soft spot in the roof that I was unaware of, and it's it's the whole rigmarole. Well, we can't give you this. Well, what can you give me? You know? And then at this point, I done got my hopes up about getting this damn thing, and now you're telling me I'm gonna be negative equity $5,000 or not going, $5,000 and not come, So I was like, the hell with it, give it to me. So my dumb ass did that, and it's like, now I can't get rid of the damn thing because I owed too much.
Yeah.
So,
No, I get it. So, well, guys, when we all gonna go racing again?
Man, we need to. Me and you need to fix some raggedy junk so we can go racing. I really would love to go to Ducks, in October if I can get my junk fixed, but it all just depends on how this motor deal goes.
well, I was gonna tell you that's probably about if you got yours going, that's probably the only thing that I'm gonna tell you is I will, as of right now, I'll bring mine if you got your shit going, because you're about the only race I want. I just want to drag your ass and get it over with.
I hear you.
And, dye your beard green. We're gonna bring the green dye.
There you go.
And
oh Lord, here we go.
Oh, we've been trying to race for 2 years. It just ain't happened. So,
yeah. Well, my truck's ready to go. It's just sitting in the shop down at Mark Performance, and it's ready to go.
I heard that.
I need to go down there and knock the dust off that son bitch and fire it up.
And go wash it or something.
Fire built back up in my ass,
There
let's go do something. But
you
Kevin, do I need to get a piece of this action too?
go. You need to.
You get the whole pipe if you want it. I won't give you it. Hey, goodness. I'm hunting number with my little stop block deal, and if I can get it, man, like I said, I'm gonna be happy, man. I'm gonna be happy as shit, because there's been people running a long time and ain't running that fast, and I'm right at that door, man. And I'll tell you, I'm gonna be. If I get me one of them club stickers, I'm gonna be good. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're hunting there, brother. I've been hunting it for several years myself, and it's a lot harder to do than people think. It's it don't come easy. I can promise you.
Well, I tell you what, that joker at Snowbirds, if that timing would have been pulled out, I probably would have been there already. Because I'm gonna tell you, that joker was on a mission, son.
I heard that.
We picked up to the 330. We picked up like we ain't never picked up before. And if I could have run that joker on out the back door with no problems, shit, we've been good, man. And hell, I got down the other end and I thought I'd done good. You know what I mean? And then I got yelled at by everybody whenever I said, "You lick, you dumb son of a bitch! You didn't hear that damn thing over." Hell, I didn't hear shit.
All you heard was an eating.
I'm telling you, it felt damn good. Because, honestly, I hadn't made but a handful of passes in my truck. So, I've never got in a rhythm. I've never done it consecutively to know what I need to feel or listen to. I just race that much. Every time we go race, it's a big race. And then we sit there for 2 or 3 days, or we don't really test a whole lot, or we go test, and the track's shitty because there's so many people on the racetrack.
And street cars and junk and air conditioner on and everything else.
Yeah. The track prep is no good,
Yep.
Or I do something stupid and don't check my tire pressure and then go out there and just blow the tires off. Damn 800 horsepower truck knocks the tires off. What the hell? How's that possible?
It's very possible.
So what's your combo, Mason?
It's a 78 Ford side piece is her name.
Yep.
F100 stock frame rail, stock dash, 2 seats if you want to go full ride. It's pretty heavy, and it's stock frame rail front to back. And does have a cage in it, but it is a 557. I got them running some decent aluminum heads.
Yeah.
And we got a nitrous kit on it.
Yeah. It's not that much different from my little 69 Chevrolet then. It's stock frame front to back. I'm still running trailing arms in it.
Nice.
And so, coilover shocks and a roll bar, wishbone, stuff
Yep.
like that. But, and I've got a front suspension that I've dropped a bunch of weight out of the truck with this front suspension. So I
Yeah.
dropped over 300 pounds out of the nose of the truck.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So I went from 58% on the nose to 52% on the nose.
I got you. Hell
And so, but if we make her run and not, if I don't have to learn the hard way on some things, we should be good.
There you go. Yeah. Well, yeah, I heard you say something about them little gangsters and all. They're gonna be in trouble if they pack the gas. I mean, I hate to have to pack the gas on you when I go by you.
Oh, pulse the gas here. Pulse the gas.
Yeah.
I'll put some confetti in my parachute so we can both celebrate when I win.
Oh hell, you're fast enough. I ain't got parachutes on mine. I ain't fast enough. He's damn sleeper, Kevin. I don't even know this guy, Paul.
Hey,
Sleeper.
hey,
Sleeper.
he
Yeah, I can't. I'm not fast enough for a parachute.
back in the Orska
I'm all
days.
steel except for the hood. Come on.
Yeah, I got fiberglass doors and fiberglass hood, but I'm gonna be honest with you, my steel doors and my steel hood and all that and fenders are lighter than what I got. US fiberglass. I mean, they didn't give me the raceway shit. They gave me the
The
car
street
stuff.
car stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's heavy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've got repop front fenders, repop doors, which are a lot thinner than the original stuff. So,
I got one of each doors. I got a OE door and a repop door, and I don't know about my fenders. I don't remember if they're repop or not. But no, Paul's truck's lighter than my truck, and we're basically set up the same for the most part. So
Right.
yeah, mine's about 31 with me in it.
Oh shit. See, you're light, man.
yeah,
Yeah, you're super light.
he's got me by a good bit. So
Yes. Yeah.
As
Yeah.
long as I can keep from gaining weight in the driver's seat, I'll be all right.
I heard
Well,
that.
I've lost 30 pounds, and I mean, I'm all over 34, 50, man. You know.
That's where mine was before that suspension swap.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Is your
that's pretty-
what's your glass setup, Paul? You got Lexan
What's that?
all the way around, or you got a glass
I
windshield?
got Lexan all the way around now.
I got a glass windshield and glass side windows even. Lexan only in the back. But
That's how mine was until we built our son's truck, and we needed glass, so I just took it out of mine and put Lexan in mine.
there you go.
that's what's up.
I was trying to get mine set up to run this race. It literally, with the exception of glass in the doors and an alternator, it looked like they wrote that sumbitch for my truck. I mean, it was like the class for me to go dominate. And it
What
was
it,
it,
class?
it was a class they ran in Mississippi. It was a truck race they had down there or whatever. But I had ordered door glass to put in it. But I wound up doing a converter swap right before I went down there, so I never got a chance to put the door glasses in. I already had roll up and roll down Lexan, so the regulators and all that shit was there. All I had to do was change the glass itself, and run out of time before I went down there or whatever, and they wouldn't let me run the class over 10 pounds of glass. Whoopty shit. But they tried to get me to run
You
this
didn't
out.
let you toss weight in the truck to make up for it.
No, but that they were scared. They knew I was fixing to drag some butt, and the guy that I don't know if he won it or runnered up the class. I think he may have won the class. He had an OBS Chevrolet truck with a blower on it, and I ran him in time trials, and I literally was almost to the 330 before he got to the 60. So he was coming on the big end, but it didn't matter. I done drilled him so bad, before that he would have never caught me. But yeah, I put an alternator on the truck to make the class. The only thing I needed was door glasses and an alternator. I added the alternator, and then the door glass thing, just didn't get done in time. But it was it would have been a lot of fun. But it is what it is. I should have run the outlaw class. I was just kind of pissy after they wouldn't let me run the other class over 10 pounds of glass. But
What class do you want?
Run the 530 index right now, so running a 3113 slick, and the little gangsters just really seems like a fun class. So same index, just on a small tire.
Right.
So, I get the small tire figured out, which I've done before, and I shouldn't have any problem. Like I say, these guys, they want to go patting the gas at half track. I ain't gonna look at patting the gas or dragging a brake pedal till the mile-an-hour count. So
Yeah, I'm running 315 right now. But yeah, I think that class is going to be a really good class.
I think so too.
But I think what's going to happen next year is because the payouts are so much, there's going to be a lot of those badass bracket racers that can cut a damn light. They're going to come on over there and they're going to donkey gap the shit out of us guys who race, every couple of months, because they do it all the time.
There he is
they
up
come
there.
over and cut a light on me if they want to, but they're gonna have a hard time.
Paul, back in the Orska days, ran a whole lot of 530 and kicked a whole lot of butt.
Yeah.
We were at one of Duck's races, and we go over to the nitrous outlet booth, and they had the practice tree set up or whatever, and some dude that had won it at PRI or whatever thought he was all that in a bag of grits. Paul sat down and just strapped it on his ass like bam, bam, just like that. And the dude's like, "This guy can't come to PRI." So
That's exactly what he said.
he was like, "He can't come to PRI. We need to outlaw him or something." But yeah,
Well, my first light on that practice tree was a 001 red, and he went, oh, whoa, what's up with this? And then I went like 002, 003, 001. We did it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And he wanted to gamble $20 a shot. I'm not much of a gambler anyway, and I said, "Nah, I'm good. I hadn't hit the tree in a lot of years here, And then started strapping that on him, and he goes, "Man, I'm glad I didn't bet you nothing."
Yeah, there's some people that well, see, and that's the thing. I mean, that's like Robbie. Robbie's badass on the tree, man. He's damn killer on the tree, man. I mean,
so is he building another truck or what's he doing?
nah,
He just gonna race with Ed or?
got a Chevelle, yep.
Oh.
He's gonna do
Man, Chevelle, he needs a truck.
No, he's built 3 of them, and Ed's wound up with all of them. So
Wow.
yeah, but Ed, I'll tell you, Ed's badass on the tree too, man. He'll cut a damn light too, man, for sure. But yeah, they hopefully, like I say, man, hopefully this little gangsters thing will take off, and that's kind of that's really where I need to be, because I'm within. Hell, honestly, I'm within a tenth of that now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's kind of where I need to be.
That's it.
As far as that goes.
And I think it's going to do a lot to keep costs down.
I think so too, and I think it should keep some bears out too, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because it's real hard to slow one of them fast trucks down to run that.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Unless they start running that 480 index, which I think some of the races are 480. And I can't run that. I'd love to. I'd love to, but I mean, I'm hunting a 499 with a 9, baby. And when I get that, Mr. DeWall can send me one of them cool 4-second club stickers.
Yeah.
I'll be happier than a pig in shit.
I understand. I've been hunting that number for a long time, brother, and I ain't been nowhere close yet.
Yeah,
But
Well,
I ain't done that number in the truck yet. I've done it in some cars, but I ain't done it in the truck yet. So
I want to do it with side piece on what little money I got in that motor, and then because the only thing really stopping me is finance. That's it.
right,
I
And
understand.
that's
Right.
what stops a lot of us.
Oh
You
yeah.
know?
absolutely.
But I mean, I need to be, instead of Noble Motorsports, I need to be low budget to no budget motorsports.
I know what
Yeah.
you mean.
I'm at. And
I get it.
it is what it is, man. Like I said, I like to have fun. And it's
That's
just good
right.
to be at the racetrack. I like being with all my friends and, truck people. It's
Oh, yeah.
just cool.
Ain't no doubt.
I like to be in a number, man, but that's really not where I need to be. Pro truck's not where I need to be.
Yeah, me and
Me
you both.
either.
Yep.
I don't have the coin to play in that field.
No. It would be nice to, but man, them 3-second and super low 4-second trucks are hard to mess with. And mine will never ever be that fast, even if I could
No.
afford the motor and power adder I would like to have. But no, ain't
Yeah,
happening.
no, I mean, I got to be honest with you. I ain't got the energy to keep up with the powertrain on something that quick.
Oh.
So,
You ain't shitting. Dude, the work that goes into that, I've
Oh,
seen
man.
it first. And it's like, okay, well, there's when? What happened? Nope, knocked the tires off. Broke this, broke that. Like, gee whiz.
all the time. Yeah,
And you not no test at just some random ass racetrack.
no,
No,
You have
you
a
probably
service.
gonna spend several hundred to get in a private session somewhere or whatever
Okay.
if you
Yep.
go test that junk. So
Yeah.
especially if it's on the radio.
Yeah, I mean, I got a friend of mine just bought a blower Pro Mod out of Louisiana that's only got 6 passes on it, and he's talking about detuning it for that 440 Bad Boys class up at Brainerd. So he told me when he bought it, he said, "I'm gonna need you to make some passes in it. Tell me that what I'm feeling in that chassis is what I'm feeling." I said, "Sign me up."
Yeah,
I heard that.
that'd be fun, no doubt.
So we're gonna strap in that thing as long as he don't sell it before we start making passes.
There you go. There you go.
But
I
well, guys, I'm gonna have to go. It's 10 o'clock. I got to work tomorrow.
I heard
And
that. Me too,
so-
brother.
them cars ain't gonna fix themselves.
You got that right.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
man,
Well, good
Good
luck.
meeting you, Mason.
Hopefully you'll get some good news from the machine shop, and I'll get some decent news from the machine shop, and mine won't be as
Yeah.
bad as the first look, was pointing at. So hopefully it's not anything like that, but I don't know. We'll see what happens, but hopefully things are going well with Caution Lap, and Glenn and them are making some laps and making some headway
We
to
hope so.
go try to win that 100,000 this weekend. So
There you go.
they,
we hope so.
yeah, they.
Well, guys, y'all have a good night, and
Yep.
we'll get y'all on the next one.
Hey, we
right.
we appreciate it. We enjoyed having you, Paul, and you are welcome back anytime.
Well, thank you, man. Y'all have a great evening.
Take it easy, buddy.
Tune out.
See you guys.
See you.
Ooh. Yeah, like Mason, I've been hunting that same number, brother, for a long time, and
Oh yeah.
have definitely spent enough money to go there. It just ain't happened yet.
That's right.
It's just the stars got to align, and all your junk's got to be just right, and I'm trying to do it with a all steel, all glass, stock suspended pickup truck. So it makes it
Yep.
makes it a little more difficult, but.
Well, that's me. It's I wouldn't say it's impossible to do, but it's the odds are against me as far as that goes.
It's more difficult than people think. I mean, it's definitely harder than you think. I mean, I went almost as fast with a 468 and a plate as I've been with a 548 and a fogger and a plate.
Yeah.
I've never run both kits at the same time. I've run either the plate or the fogger, but I never ran both of them. But it only has a fogger on it now. But
Yeah.
I made some pretty big improvements to the 60 foot. I just ain't got it to run out the back.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping if when I get the motor fixed, that'll solve that problem. I know a lot of the problem that I had was I had the totally wrong camshaft in the motor. The cam that was in the motor was like a bracket cam for a little bit of nitrous, and I was trying to spray a lot of nitrous, and that just don't work out too well. It all winds up going out the exhaust. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, we had a that street motor I had, that was a 521, had a street cam in it, and man, dude, just the cam change alone, just when I put a nitrous cam in it, it was completely different animal.
I heard that.
And that woke it up a lot. And I've always liked the bigger cubic inch. That 598 has always been a cubic inch that I've always really, really liked.
Yeah. That's what Paul runs, and it's it'll be a serious piece. He just didn't get but a couple of outings with it before he hurt it. But he was trying to do. He's new to Fuel Tech, and he was trying to do some traction control stuff in the Fuel Tech and trying a much bigger tune-up than what he was comfortable with, and that's how he hurt it. But normally that dude is sharp as a freaking tack. He is he's a hell of a racer and a very, very smart guy. He comes from a automotive technician background, and he knows cars backwards, forwards, and sideways. And he does a crap ton of stuff with Holley. He actually just went to school for Fuel Tech. So when he gets a little more time with the Fuel Tech and gets that motor dialed in and stuff, he will be a force to be reckoned with.
Where is he located?
He lives in about 15 miles from Fuel Tech and Proline. I forget what's the name of the little town up there.
So he's near Atlanta then.
Yeah, he's north of Atlanta. What the hell is the name of it? I think they're both in Ball Ground, but he's in another little town just south of that, I think. I know the name of it, I just can't pull it out of my butt at the moment. But like I said, he works on people's high dollar street cars and hot rods and all that kind of stuff for a living at his little shop at his house. Him and one other guy, and he stays really, really busy, and
that's good.
He's a sharp cookie for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, hopefully he'll get it put back together and come play with us in the truck class.
Yeah, maybe so. He ain't big on doing the pro truck thing, but if something appealing comes up, he'll probably dip his toe in the water or whatever. He ain't gonna go out there and want to run, the Ray Mortons and Chris Cadatos and CG Knights and all that kind of stuff. But if we put together something that's got something a little more fitting for me and you and him and whatever, then he'll be all about that stuff.
Oh yeah.
But
well,
he'll have a fast truck when he gets done, I promise you.
Oh yeah. That's what it's all about. I mean, just getting out there doing it, is one thing. And one thing I can say, and I really appreciate, sometimes we give each other hell, but for the most part, we all want to see each other do good.
There's no doubt. No doubt about it.
And I can honestly say that just the moral support that everybody said, and to me anyway, just keep digging, keep going, and it's really uplifting, and everybody, like I say, everybody wants to see you do good, but
that's right.
Not everybody has the budget to really run, as fast as everybody else.
Yeah, like I said, when I talked to the gentleman today about my motor deal, and he was talking about, I was like, dude, I can't afford another block, and he was like, well, you ain't got to have another block, just buy another set of pistons. I said, well, hell, that's $2,000 plus boring and all that shit. I was like, that's a lot of freaking money. I just don't know that I can do that. So,
Yeah.
So I don't know. We may have to explore some other options if he ain't happy with the hone and it winds up having to be bigger. But I mean, I got brand new set of pistons, brand new set of rods. Just had the block board, had the O-ring, had the heads receiver groove. Bought a new cam. Got to have new valve springs, new push rods, new wrist pins. I mean, all this, spending a bunch of money already. And if the bore in this block is not salvageable, then that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So I
Who
don't know.
got the motor together for you?
It's at Atlanta Speed Performance. It's
I got you.
Jason Moat and Kyle Compton.
That's right. Yeah, you told me that the other day.
That's who's got it, and I got a lot of faith in those guys. They're really good at what they do, and they know their stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Maybe something to put back together, and maybe it ain't as bad as they think it is right now.
Hopefully not. Hopefully he didn't get a chance to look at it really, really good, and hopefully with he's going to send it out to his machine shop guy and get him
Right.
just to touch up the bore and see, touch up the hone in the block and just see, if he can clean it up without having to take much material out. And
There you go.
hopefully that's the case, because like I said, there's some options if it has to, if it takes a decent amount of hone to get it cleared up, there may be some options without having to spend a fortune, but it still sucks, after you spend the money to think you're doing it right and then still have problems. That ain't cool. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, that's one thing about it, man. It just seems like there's so much about it that I don't understand, and I'm just a glorified steering wheel holder, and I'm not real damn good at that. I have no idea exactly what it takes to put it all together,
right.
but there's so many moving parts that has to go into these things.
Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Incredible.
And I don't profess to know a ton. I know just enough to be dangerous, because I've been, racing since, early 90s. But
Yeah.
I don't build motors for the most part and that kind of thing. I know enough about what goes into one to normally pick out decent parts and have somebody else put it together, but there's a lot of moving pieces and parts to putting it together and making it do what it's supposed to do, and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I can wire it, I can plumb it, I can do a lot of little stuff that a lot of other folks can't do. But when it comes to building a motor and all that, I can't do all that.
Oh yeah, yep.
Austin Wright said, "Little Gangsters at US 19, July the 19th." Oh yeah, and we never really got to talk about Lee Miller. Lee Miller's race is coming up. I know. Let me see if I can find the date. I have to click off here for just a second, but let's see. I know he posted a flyer. Let's see. This Saturday at Summer Duck Motorsports Park. Gates open at 1. Full-size street trucks, $100 entry, $500 added on top. Run What You Brung trucks, $150 entry, $500 added on top. So that is this Saturday at Summer Duck Dragway in Virginia. Summer Duck Motorsports Park, actually, is the name of it. But that's Lee Miller's race, and they do quite a good job. So they got a big bracket race coming up in Montgomery this weekend. They're gonna do box, no box, juniors, some other stuff. But yeah, Lee Miller's truck race should be pretty cool. So they normally have a pretty good turnout of trucks, and hopefully they'll have a good race. Hopefully they'll have some decent weather. Man, the weather here has been awful.
Yep.
Austin Wright said, "Don't have a truck race scheduled yet, but hopefully we can do one later in the year at US 19 as long as we keep up the good attendances." That's cool. That's awesome, Austin. I got family in that neck of the woods, and would love to come over there if I can ever get my raggedy shit fixed. But mine's been down over a year, and it's driving me freaking crazy. But I'm trying my best to get it back together and be able to come play. but just have to see kind of how it goes. But
Yeah, I don't know. I thought about that race over in Albany, but I hadn't. Right now, I just got so much going on, you know.
I understand you got to make that money.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm just
Got to
busy
haul
as-
butt to Texas and do what you got to do.
Yeah, this will be my second run in 2 weeks, and
That.
I
Whenever
tell
you find out when you're going to Bennett's or whatever, holler. I mean, hell, if you come close, maybe we can catch a meal together or something.
yeah, how far are you from there?
I've never been to Bennett's, but you probably got to drive pretty damn close to me to get there.
It's in Haleyville, Alabama.
I'm right outside of Montgomery, so
Yeah.
So I'm like 10, 15 minutes from Montgomery.
I got you. Yeah, I think I come back through damn near Montgomery, because I kind of run up the backside and go into 20,
Right.
and I go over that way some. I don't really care for 10 too much.
Right.
It's an hour. It's an hour shorter,
Right.
but it's actually more miles that
Right.
way.
Hmm.
But I go up. I avoid Atlanta because I hate Atlanta.
Right.
So I avoid Atlanta, and then I go up that way, like
What-
341.
What do you normally go through? What towns do you go through in Alabama and Georgia and stuff?
Normally, I run up 341 or 82, and then I come over there and
82 comes real close to me.
yeah, I was
Depending on where you're at on 82.
yeah, what was the name of that place? I come into Rockledge, Georgia. Right there. I can't remember the name of that place. I'm bad with directions.
Like Albany, Eufaula, Columbus.
It all that right there, go right through there. Albany, Eufaula, Alabama.
Yeah, that's like 90 miles from me, but you got to go from there. You got to either go through Columbus and then over to get to Haleyville.
Where?
Or Columbus. You got to either go through Columbus or you got to go through Montgomery or Union Springs or something like that to get to me.
Well,
I'm about 90 miles from Eufaula, but
what was it? Springs?
Union Springs.
Union Springs. Yeah, I went right through Union Springs.
All right, that's like 60 miles from me, and if you went through there, you probably went 82. You probably went 82 to 110, and then 110. You probably went to Montgomery.
Yeah, I did go to Montgomery.
Yeah, if you went to Montgomery, you're 15 minutes from me.
Yeah, I went to Montgomery, and then that road there just kind of stops, just dead ends. And then you got to turn left, and you own that road there for just a little bit. That's the interstate, 6 or something? Or not 6.
Probably 85.
85, that's what
Yeah,
it is.
you probably on 85 for just a few miles, and then 65 north.
65, yeah, that's it. Yep. And then head on back. Yeah, that's
I'm like,
right there.
I'm like 6 miles off of 85 when I'm at work. Hell, probably not even 6. Probably 3 miles off 85. At exit 6. But yeah, you come real close. So if you if whenever you make that trip, let me know, and like I said, we'll try to get together and catch a meal or something.
Yeah, sounds good.
We can eat a diet meal since we both trying to lose weight. So
man, I tell you, man, I had a filly tonight, and now I'm sitting here like just feeling miserable because I had a 12-inch filly.
I understand.
But I ate anything, all day.
Right.
Meal prep bars and kind of doing one of those rainstorm, energy drinks because it's got 0 sugar.
Right.
And I don't feel the crash so bad after that like I do drinking Celsius. And then I'll fill this cup up with water at least like 5 times a day.
Hey, that's
You know?
good. Water is a
And-
huge help when you're trying to lose weight.
Oh,
I have not been drinking near enough water, but I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down to probably the least I've been in, a year or two anyway. But still not where I want to be. But I'd love to lose another 30 or maybe not even that much. Probably 25 ish. If I could lose 25, I'd be pretty ecstatic. But
yeah. Well,
um,
I've lost. I was 289, and I was down to 266 a couple weeks ago.
right.
And so, and then I kind of got back up to where I felt better about eating again. And I got back up to 270, and I just kind of been hovering there. So I'm not real,
Right. I was 235, and I'm probably about 206 or 207 now. So
if I could get down that weight, which I don't think I'm going to get that low, but I think if I could get back to 225, and the biggest thing is for me is my energy levels.
right.
I
I got to
feel
work
like
on some of that too. I was on testosterone and B12 shots, and I
Right.
have run out of both. So I've got to get
Yeah.
with somebody and get that shit re-prescribed so I can get back on
what I
those.
do. My trizipatide has B12 in it. It's a newer version that has the B12 in it, and man, when I started that, like that first week, dude, I'm telling you, I was like, man, I feel good.
I heard that.
And then my knees didn't hurt like they used to. All the inflammation that I was having went away. I'm like, man, this is great. And then now it's like I want more testosterone. So
I understand. I
Uh,
understand. I feel
I-
like the urologist that I went to was kind of stingy with it. You know what I mean? I think he had me
Yeah.
on a really, really low dose, and I think I
Yeah.
needed more. But
Yep.
there's another place in town I'm gonna probably go and try to get on their plan and see. I need to get my thyroid checked and stuff too. I know there's a lot of thyroid issues in my family, and
Yeah.
some of that could be part of my problem. But I'm nowhere near energy level that I used to be. Used to, I would work a full day job and then still do side work till 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning most days, and I hadn't
Yeah.
done that in a while.
Yeah, that blew my mind, man. Like I say, I have sleep apnea really bad, and my wife says I don't snore quite so bad now, and I mean it's just helped me out all the way around.
That's
And,
cool. Do you sleep with CPAP?
No, never. I've
Dude.
never even tried it.
Man, you need to try it. If you
Never even tried it.
a buddy of mine explains sleep apnea better than anybody I've ever heard, but basically when you quit breathing at night, you're depriving your organs of oxygen.
Of oxygen.
And
Yeah.
and it's really, really bad on your organs.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
was on CPAP for a few years, and then I got to where I was having a really hard time tolerating the CPAP. But have you heard of an Inspire?
I have. Yeah.
I don't know where the
Yep.
scar is. It was over here. There's my Inspire scar. I have an Inspire. So I have this remote control. I just stick my little remote right here when I get ready to go to sleep and turn my Inspire on so I don't have to have a CPAP. But they're gonna make you try a CPAP first because that's the preferred method and it's cheaper and all that shit. But
Yeah, what the doctor told me was, he said, listen, he said, because my blood pressure was sky high. Man, it was like, he said, I think you just got white coat syndrome when you walked in here. I said, I'm going to check it before you leave. But he said, I really can't let you leave with the way your blood pressure is.
oh wow,
And I said,
was
he
the bottom
said,
was the bottom number over 100?
oh, yeah.
That's a walking stroke.
That's what he told me. He said, you are within, like, you are too close to having a stroke. He said, you've got to calm down. And
If that bottom
he said,
number gets over 100, you are fixing to check out.
yeah, I was 98, 99, right there at it.
Yeah.
And he was like,
that's not
look,
good.
look, you gotta, you're too close, man. And by the time he talked to me a little bit more,
Calmed you down a little bit.
relaxed, it dropped down. Like, cause dude, when I tell you, I don't like needles, I don't like doctors, I don't mind pain, but I don't like it. And
Right.
I don't go to doctors. Never have liked doctors. I just don't. You know, I don't do anything. All the things that my mama used to do for me when I was a kid, that shit stopped, you know, whenever I was, you know, still before I could even, you know, get to middle school with me pretty much. And it was pretty much, hey, you're on your own type of deal. Don't do that. Don't eat that. Don't, you know, hey, you're going to rot your teeth out. You know, I've got huge dental. I've had huge estimates on dental bills. And I haven't been to the dentist in 15 years. I've sat out there around the fire, and I pull teeth out of my head that are throbbing.
Oh my
and
God.
Instantly, like that, my head stops throbbing.
Wow.
My wife's like, "You're crazy as hell." She says, "You know that'll kill you." I said, "Well, if it kills me, it kills me." I said, "It ain't hurting no more, and I ain't going to no damn dentist. I ain't going to no doctor." Because I'm telling you right now, buddy, I just don't do it.
Hey, you need to get over that shit, thank God my wife at the time made me go in 2015, or I would not be here. And it's a miracle I'm here anyway.
That's me too.
My appendix ruptured, and I didn't have a clue. So I was walking around like I had good sense, poisoning myself to death.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's poisonous as all get out.
Oh, I spent 30 days in the ICU and 40 in the hospital. I was knocking on death's door when I went to the hospital. And the good Lord had something else for me to do is the only reason I'm sitting here.
I took a plunge over the second floor of a hotel building when I was 13 years old.
Ooh.
And I didn't get there. And I landed across a railroad tie.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And the banister broke. We were trespassing, and I was so afraid. I told my mom and dad I was catwalking my bicycle, and I fell back on me. I lied about it, but I'll tell you this much right now: I couldn't tie my shoes for 6 months, and I couldn't hardly take a deep breath for over a year. Ooh. And to this day, it still hurts to take a deep breath sometimes.
Damn.
But I'm telling you, man, I just don't do it. And I can honestly say I had this conversation with another, and I sound like a hypocrite because I told a good friend of mine that I went to school with. He's always been a big boy. I wish I had done this 2 or 3 years ago when my friends really told me, "Hey, look, I love you, man. I don't want to see you check out. I don't want to see you end up like your dad.
Right.
You need to go to the doctor." I wish I had listened then.
Right.
Like, now, man, I'm just broken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just literally like beat to shit. And I'm still breathing by the grace of God, and that's it. But I wish I'd done it sooner.
Yeah, you should have for sure. But like I said, you don't need to be so anti-doctor, anti-dentist, because you just need to find some that you like and that you're comfortable with.
And I think that's what makes this doctor, because the first doctor I had started seeing a year ago, I went 3 or 4 visits with him, and I didn't feel like I was getting any traction. And He wouldn't do the testosterone. He wouldn't do anything like that. And he was telling me just to change my diet. And this guy I'm seeing now is actually a little younger than I am. And I watched me and his cousin were actually pretty good friends, and he actually died a couple of years ago. But yeah, we kind of grew up together and fought a lot when we were kids. But a good friend of mine, you know, and we kind of grew apart, you know, once we got a little older. But man, he actually listened to me, and he actually listened to what I was saying and what I was telling him, and he didn't want to prescribe me any blood pressure medication right off the rip, and he didn't want to medicate me too much. He wanted me to do this and try this first, and I'll be honest with you, man, it's doing great.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, it's if you can find somebody that ain't trying to shove pills in your mouth, but's trying to
That's
fix the
good.
problem, that's definitely a plus. Because
That's good.
most
Yeah.
of them are out for that almighty dollar, and they all get
Yeah,
kickbacks and bullshit from these damn pharmaceutical companies and all that kind of bullshit. So, I mean, if you got
Yeah.
somebody that's wanting to help you and not, you know,
hurt you.
show you other ways to get better, then that's definitely a
Yeah.
plus. So,
Well, I don't have insurance, so everything's really costing a pretty good penny right now. But at the same time, I mean, it's dude, what I'm paying for this shot, I eat more than that in a week.
right.
And the shots lasted me a whole month. And like a couple of days, I mean, within and my dad's always with me. Pretty much. So I mean, I'm buying meals for me and him.
Right.
And you know, we're $20 or $30 if we go somewhere and we leave a tip. It's 40 or 50 or $60, depending on where we go eat.
Oh yeah.
And we do that not one time a day, we do it 3 times a day.
Mm.
Because we're gone early and we work late, you know. So it's really, you know, what I'm saving and just food that's really no good for you.
Right.
I'm spending in the shop for like 1 month, you know. So it's
I
like
heard that.
I've saved a ton of money just on eating, you
That-
know.
I wish you had my breakfast place that I go to. Me and my buddy go eat breakfast at the same place every morning, and most days it's $5.19.
Nice.
We both eat bacon and eggs most mornings, and it's $5.19 for both of us to eat bacon and eggs.
And what's the name of this place?
It's a damn gas station.
Shit.
It's crazy as shit. But it
Yeah.
used to be $1.86 a person. They went up to the $5.19. It's crazy. But you know what's crazy is if you get the same shit on a sandwich, it's about $5. If you get bacon and eggs on a sandwich, it's about $5. You get bacon and eggs in a box, and it's like $2.50. And they give you a ridiculous amount. Most of the time, we cannot eat everything they give us. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, we got a couple of well, they're kind of like chains, but we got a couple of places around here that are real good for breakfast. But I mean, man, I drink a meal shake before I leave the house.
There you go.
Protein shake before I leave the house, and there's my breakfast with all my nutrients and all that. And I go right into that, drinking a damn thing of water, and then usually by 10, 11, 12 o'clock, I've done down 2 of my damn big 45 Stanley cups of water, and then I'm going to get me something to give me a little more bite, you know. And then I go to that rainstorm, or I do get a Celsius or something, and that carries me over, and I no longer finish it. I'm back to drinking water.
I heard that. That's good for you to drink all that water. That's what I need to do. I would lose a lot more weight if I would drink more water.
Yeah.
It's just it's hard to do.
I'm gonna start going back to the gym too.
What kind of shot are you taking once a month?
What's that?
What shot are you taking once a month?
I'm taking the Trizipatide with B12.
Right.
And I give that to myself every Wednesday.
Right.
I ran out this week, and I didn't have the money last week to buy it, so I had to order it today because I finally got a little bit of money in there, and I didn't realize it was $300. So I thought it was going to be like $150, but it was $300. So that really drained my personal account, because I only had $400 in there. And then we had that Philly, and you know, so I'm got a couple of dollars in there for a Celsius in the morning, but that's it. Yeah, it's B12, trizipatide B12,
I
and
heard
then
that.
I'm on a testosterone shot too once a week.
I heard
And
that. How much are you getting once a week as far as your testosterone?
I'm on 0.5 milliliters.
Yeah, that's all they were giving me. But like I said,
Yeah.
I can tell a world of difference because I've been off of it for 3 or 4 weeks, and man,
Yeah.
it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, I took mine last Thursday, and like I say, man, I drove all the way to Texas.
Right. So are you getting like when you refill it, are you getting like a 10 ml bottle or something?
They gave me these little small bottles. They're real small, and I gotta draw it out. But my wife don't like needles, and I can't. I tried to stab myself the other day, and I couldn't do it.
I do it. I did it every week. I
Yeah,
did
they're like,
B12 and I did
you
testosterone.
got to get it in the muscle, and
Well, I always did it in my thigh.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I tried it in my thigh the other night, and I'm like, I just can't bring myself to do it. That needle's way longer than that trizipatide needle.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, as long as you get it in the muscle, it ain't got to be super long. I mean, you ain't got to like bottom the thing out or whatever. But
Yeah.
you got like one needle you're drawing it with and a different needle you're injecting it with.
Yeah, it's different needles. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, do not use the draw needle.
No, that so much is huge. You do not want to stick that so much in your leg or
Man,
anywhere in your ass or nowhere else for that matter. But yeah, it's
Dude, yeah, for sure.
yeah. I bought me a crap ton of needles, both sizes, the big ones and the little ones, and then ran out of testosterone, and then I dropped a whole freaking bottle of B12, and I dropped it twice. The first time I dropped it, it didn't bust. The second time I dropped it, it busted, and shit went everywhere, and I lost a whole freaking bottle, a 10 ml bottle of B12. But
Damn.
yeah, I'm definitely lost without it for sure.
Yeah, it's helped me out a lot, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's helped me out a lot.
I
But-
heard that.
But yeah, so far I'm keeping it up right now. But I mean, you know, it's kind of one of them deals where I don't know how long I'm gonna do it, but right now I feel good.
I heard that.
I'm gonna keep going,
I
and
understand.
I'm not at the weight that I want to be at, so I'm just gonna keep taking them shots.
I heard that.
But
I
it
know
is what
a
it
lot
is.
of people that are taking them. I haven't. I've never tried that route. I've always done the keto thing. So I just try to avoid
Yeah.
the bread and the flour and the sugar and all that kind of stuff, and just eat meat and green vegetables and But
Yeah.
man, they put freaking sugar in everything. It don't make no sense. You can go to the damn gas station and get spicy freaking beef jerky, and the shit's got sugar in it. It don't even make no sense. Why? It's spicy.
Yep.
Why the hell does it need sugar? It don't. It's
I
stupid.
eat a lot of damn beef jerky, man. I like some damn beef jerky because I've been on like a protein kick, man,
There you go.
where I get steak and eggs.
Oh, yeah.
or,
That shit
You know-
stick to your ribs and be with you for a while.
yeah. But I eat a lot of that shit. I like steak, and I'll get steak, at least try to get steak once a week. But, man, portion control's a big thing, too.
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt.
You know, because I'd sit there and I'd eat the damn, man, I'd take my kids out, and they wouldn't eat nothing, and I'd eat their leftovers, and then I'm miserable. Now, man, I eat like a damn bird, man.
I heard that.
I get a salad, or I get a salad and just an appetizer, and one of the others coming home with me.
I understand.
So anyway, well, man, I appreciate it.
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
go in here and wash the stink off of me.
I understand. Like I said, make sure to holler when you if you come this way for real.
I'll do it.
If you're going
Yeah.
to Bennett's, then we need to get together, whether it be lunch or dinner or whatever. Or
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be coming over. I'm gonna be coming that way tomorrow.
really,
Yeah, because I go to Texas that way too.
really.
Yeah.
Oh hell.
So,
Shit.
yeah.
Holler at me if you get close to Montgomery, because I'll be around.
Yep, and I'll be more or less coming back. I'll pick up Friday, and then I'll be coming back. So we could probably get together Saturday or something.
Holler at me.
All right,
All right,
do it.
brother.
All right, man.
Well, thanks for
All right.
those that's been listening in to our bullshit. We've been more chatting and hanging out than anything else the last little
Yeah.
while anyway, but
For sure.
we appreciate y'all being a part of it, and we will do it again in a couple of weeks. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you, man.
Take it
See
easy,
ya.
Mason.
Later.